Hi guys, I hope you guys are fine. So today the video is about the grand conjunction. The grand conjunction happening on the 21st December. We'll talk about this into detail so that we know what we have to expect on 2021. On December 21st, we have a major astrological event occurring. It is called the Grand Conjunction, and it only happens every 20 years, charting our collective astrological path for the next 2 decades. Saturn and Jupiter move into the airy sign of Aquarius and out of the earthy sign of Capricorn. Before we get into all that detail, first a few notes to take on. A conjunction means the lining up of two or more planets in a sign. When this occurs, their vibration blend and work together. Let's for example either for the enhance of good or ill depending on the combination. For example, a conjunction of Saturn, which is about the planet of karma, the planet of time, and Pluto, which is the planet of darkness, tends to be rough and malefic, whereas Venus, which is about love, and Jupiter, which is about expansion, tends to be auspicious. The conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn is a conjunction of expansion and karma, or we can say expansion and restriction. Saturn is the ruling planet of Aquarius, which is the sign associated with the air travel, intellectual property, technology, innovation, and collective life. That means that expansive Jupiter will be playing a second role. To get a sense of what the grand conjunction will look like, we need only to go back a few months to around March 21st of this year. It was on this day that Saturn dipped into the Aquarius sign, right around peak COVID, during which we saw and continue to see Saturnal restriction around air-related issue. Air travel was completely shut down due to viruses, while our breathing itself became restricted. The world has been holding its collective breath since March 2020, and now we are only waiting on amplifying Jupiter to join the Aquarius Saturn crew and intensify all this stuff. Another theme to be aware as well is Aquarius rule the 11th house, which stands for friendship, collective life, social togetherness, and we see the impact of Saturn here in the most literal way, social distancing. As we move into the grand conjunction, we will see Jupiter entering more into the expanding on theme already laid out in March. Technologies that keep us socially distant could become even more prevalent and normalized with online learning and work. Restriction on air travel could remain and perhaps intensify with Jupiter and COVID. Now, regarding our online life, we might also see restriction expanding in the internet activity because remember, Saturn is about restriction, expanding is about Jupiter, and internet activity is Aquarius. They are all conjuncting into the sign of Aquarius. There will be new laws to control what is allowed to be said, what is allowed to be published online, new authorities to police online content, and if there is a silver lining in any of this, maybe there will be some restriction on Google and other thing in the internet privacy section. All of this Saturn, Jupiter, Aquarius will dissipate somewhat when the Jupiter leave the grand conjunction in December 2021. Yes, in December 2021. We have a whole year to go like this. But Saturn will still be restricting Aquarius until 2023. Saturn represents rule, regulation, government, and traditional ways of doing things. Jupiter represents blessing, spiritual insight, and new ways of seeing things. There will be a battle between these two planets over the next year as they travel through Aquarius. This great conjunction is going to impact on this four sign the most. Aquarius rising sun or moon, Capricorn rising sun or moon, Pisces rising sun or moon, Cancer rising sun or moon. The Great Awakening will bring much revolution and shift in the collective consciousness over the next year. Aquarian theme will be highlighted in a profound way until 2023. Aquarius is the sign that represents the collective. The people will rebel against the old outdated forces. This is the time that people rise up. I do see this trend of changing as the way we educate our children. Today they are exposed to coding and technology in general at such a young age. It will become a more natural fit for many to pursue in education and as a career. This little girl of today will become a tech leader of tomorrow. Along with the world becoming more digital, we may also start to see a rise in community-based living rather than looking to big organized or government. We may instead find the support we need from our own community members. Creating a sense of community may also feel more important or necessary. Aquarius energy can also bring advancement to the medical space by encouraging alternative healing practices like sound healing, laser technology, or even more digitized healthcare services. As the sign that rule over humanitarian efforts, we may also see development surrounding issues such as homelessness, world hunger, and equal rights. Aquarius energy is revolutionary, high-tech, and all about creating things that work through waves, signals, and beams. Rather than wanting to create something tangible, Aquarius energy is all about the digital world. There will be a lot of different background in work. There will be a focus on engineering. There will be a lot of thing about collaborative to bring people together to start a new technology that maybe it will be among the teenagers. 2020 have forced everyone to focus. Traditional business models were threatened by lockdown regulation. Companies have had to reinforce their core strategies, put research into new and emerging market or product on hold, cut costs and re-evaluate what their customers really need. To do this, everyone went into digital, from small village stores, fish and chip vans to baby group. If you haven't embraced digital to give customers an online offering during lockdown, then you are most likely going to struggle to survive in 2021. Parking was no different. Nobody wanted to touch street furniture when we emerged from month of lockdown. There were no longer people that was standing in the queue with other people carrying coins. This meant that parking apps were a lifeline for people wanting to venture out. 2021 will continue. It will continue because there is that great conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn together in the digital sign of Aquarius. So be prepared for that. Be prepared for that. Consciously be prepared for that. The solstice is a time where the veil between dimensions is very thin. It is also a time where we are more open and connected with the energies of the earth. We are able to feel with greater ease that we are not just being on this earth, but being of the earth. The December solstice was chosen for this day, as it was said to signify a return to the light. The Great Conjunction represents a changing of an era and a time where we shift our way of viewing the world. As our worldview changes, so too does society and the way we choose to approach things. While the Great Conjunction happened every couple of decades, the 2020 alignment opened the door to an even bigger cycle. In an easy way, Jupiter and Saturn align at 0 degree of Aquarius means 0 represent infinite potential and hold the energy of limitless possibilities. 0 represent beginning. That's why we're seeing that this is the new era, this is the new beginning. Under this grand conjunction, we could see a shift into more community-based living. Rather than looking to big governments or big businesses for support, we could instead turn to smaller community-run organizations and small businesses. The great conjunction happening in Earth sign this last 200 years have pushed our focus toward ambition, big government, big businesses. It has made us focus on material wealth and possession and creating and building tangible things for the future. The great conjunction now switching to air sign will give us a focus toward the collective and more community-based approach. Humanitarian effort will be important, technology will be favored. We will see more things created online than in the physical world. On an even deeper level, the great conjunction of 2020 could allow us to see that we are truly all connected. 2021, it will start to open our mind to higher level of consciousness that understand that there is no separation between us. This is a very beautiful energy and can help us to create a new world. We also have to be mindful of losing our sense of individuality, losing our own thoughts and belief in favor of what the masses think, and becoming more connected and overly reliant on technology. All the cosmic energy this year has been leading us to the closing of a massive karmic cycle for the planet. The frequency of the planet is expanding. We are now able to tap into higher frequency more than ever, but also lower frequency. The frequency that we are familiar with before the split happened will also become easier to maintain and to access. This means that all of the high frequency energy we have connected with in the past will be easier for us to operate from. For those who understand 3D living and 5D living, for those living in 5D, new frequency and light code will also be attainable, and this is what is exciting. Who knows what new abilities or spiritual wisdom and knowledge will start making its way to Earth. For those living in 3D, life will keep following on the same trajectory. However, depending on where the frequency is positioned, they may be able to sense either this growing light or the deepening of the dark. As we get closer to the date, it is also going to be important to keep your vibration lifted. The higher the frequency of the planet at this time of the split is, the higher the range of the new frequencies will be unlocked for us. By keeping our vibration high, we can also raise the frequency of the planet, making it harder for others to sink into any lower vibration. How we can keep our vibration high? We can keep our vibration high not by attempting to be positive all the time, but to be true to ourselves. Our vibration hums the highest when we are true to how we feel, how we connect and accept who we are, flaws and all. This split that is being created on the earth is ultimately helping us to reach new level of growth. There will be more light on offer to us, and with this more hope, more peace and more prosperity. December 21st, 2020 will be the perfect day for manifestation, for visualization, for wishing for what you want in your life. It's a good day to get clear on what you wish to focus on, to connect with your own spirituality, to get super clear on your heart-focused intention. When this energy is in balance, it will allow us to create a more peaceful and compassionate world where we are able to put ourselves in the shoes of others, where we are able to create supportive and loving communities, and where we are able to work together and share common goals. This is all I have for you guys. I hope you guys like this video. Please like and subscribe, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year everyone. Please stay happy, stay safe and stay blessed.